Hi guys. So today we'll talk about Jira Service Management. Jira Service Management is an ITSM tool, IT Service Management tool that you can use to manage the IT requests that comes in your workplace to efficiently manage them and track them. The most widely used misconception is that Jira is paid and it's costly and you can't use it free. You always have to be huge sum of amount, but actually it's not that so. As you might know, a lot of tools give free trials, and in a lot of those tools you'll have to give a credit card in order to use the free trial, right? But Jira actually they give a free trial without even needing a credit card for you to sign up, and their free trial is actually free forever if you are working within the given limits. There is a catch also that some of these free trial features can change depending on the Jira's marketing or this thinking pattern at that moment. But what I've seen is like most of the general services they are not changing. Most of the general service that is usable, that is needed for a team to work normally, they are not using it. But there are some features that if they introduce newly, they will give it in a free trial, but later on they will make it to paid. So one such feature was Jira whiteboards, which was given in the Jira software and Jira work management and Jira Confluence. So whiteboard came up in a free trial, but later on they made it to paid version. But that feature was an really awesome feature, but that was not a feature that they needed by everyone day to day in order to do their work. So Jira Service Management is good for a team which is in very small, that like internal IT team which is very small but have to manage lot of requests and have to track them. So in Jira Service Management, if we go to the site, as you can see, and if you go to pricing, you can see there are multiple tiers depending on your requirement. So free tier, it is given forever free for 3 agents. Okay, what is 3 agents? Okay. Normally in all Jira products, they use it based on the user license. How many users you need to use for the product. Just same in the Confluence, same in Jira, all the Jira Service Management, Jira software, Jira work management, everything 10 users. But in IT Service Management, Jira JSM, it is given for free forever for 3 agents. 3 agents in here means not normal users. So in Jira Service Management, there are 2 categories. When we take users, we can separate into 2 categories. One is agents and one is customers. So in your IT department, there are people who request the services and there are people who do the given request. So the people who will be doing the request, that means when I say I need a new computer, I need to reset my Windows to IT department, there is a IT engineer who will be doing that task, right? So people who will be doing the task is known as agents in the Jira Service Management. People who will be raising the request or reporting any incidents, those people will be taken as customers in Jira Service Management. So in Jira Service Management, there are no licensing costs for customers. You can have 50, you can have 100, any number of customers. You don't have to pay for the customers because the customers will only raise the request or search for any knowledge KB articles if you have any to refer any helping documents. They will not be working on any tickets. So when a customer raise a request, in the back end, they will be creating a ticket or an issue for your engineer to work on. So the engineer will be working on that issue, and they are the only people that can see projects, what are the projects, how to create the service requests, what are the incident requests. So all the Jira management will be done by the users or the agents. So Jira Service Management, it is given for 3 of your agents. So if you have a team, IT team, who only have one to 3 IT engineers, that will be satisfying your all the IT requests or investigations, everything, and you have 50 or so, maybe 10, maybe 50, maybe 100 also internal users will be raising or reporting this request. Jira Service Management can be used freely without any cost, because as I will show you, you don't need even a credit card to create the Jira Service Management account. So as I said, the agents will be the people who will be creating project, creating defining what are the service requests, and actually managing the Jira Service Management. Your customers will be the people who will be using those features to raise requests to do their work, to satisfy their request. So these are the additional free features that is included in the Jira Service Management free tier. You guys can click and go deep one by one. So in today's video, I will show how to start using Jira Service Management for free and how to use users. How to differentiation between the 2 users, agents and the customers. So you can click on get it now and you will be directed into this particular screen. So as you guys can see, no credit card required. So you can click on Jira Service Man, and once you select get it now, it will be selected on this screen, and it will say okay, support up to 10 users or 3 agents. Okay, in the 10 users, one goes for all the other Jira projects. So Jira Service Management, we are using 3 agents concept and include 2 GB of storage. So you don't need much of storage to just to handle tickets. Commission, you won't be get any support. You'll be only getting the community support. No credit card needed. So this is like very valuable. So you can go on click next, and then add your project, give your work email or personal mail in and sign up. Or if you have a already one, you can sign in and add your add this product, Jira product, to your already existing Jira site. Okay, so now that is done, let's go to the Jira Service Management site. So I already have a site. Let me go and switch back to that one. Okay, so I'm in my Jira site. So I have Jira Service Management enabled. So this is the interface that will be shown for your users or the agents. So this will not be the interface that will be shown to your customers. So this interface is where you can create project, create service requests, what are define the service requests and everything. So the customers, they won't see this one. So first of all, what you have to do is like you have to go to projects first of all and create a new project. If you don't, so at the start you won't be getting any project. So since I have already one, I have this one is I have created already. So you can go to create project, and in here you can go to so these are your so you can go to IT, or when you go to made for you, you'll be seeing, you can see IT service management, product discovery is another type of Jira project. So don't need this one. So what you need is IT service management projects templates. So you can again go to IT even here, and you can see Jira Service Management. There are 3 types of project templates. So the difference is, when I go to this particular template, if I click on this particular template, I can see recommended for which teams in general. So these are actually templates that you can quickly use to start working, or you can create your own project from the scratch, doesn't matter. So to get starting up quickly, I will go with a template and show you how that's happened. So in here you can see the service request type, which is like by default created for you. So get IT help, fix an account problem, get guest Wi-Fi comes. So these are in general IT service requests that comes in a company, and these are general incident types that comes in a company: general problem types, general change request types, and RCS. Even RCS can be handled in here. So and two automations also configured in this project itself. So you don't, so in Jira you can create automations to do some work for you. So this is one of the IT service management project templates. So this is general type. So generally does not specific to IT, but general IT management. Ask a question, email a request, submit a request or incident. It's really general, and this is the states that you will be in. So in earlier template, the states that you are in will be longer, so it has not shown in here, but there are a lot of states. And this is the like basic one. So you can click on you can see get idea, fix an account problem, request new hardware, report a problem, investigate problem, request new account. So I'll be going with this particular account type, so I can show you a lot of types in here. So I will be using this particular use template. I can give a name. So you can change the key if you want, or the key will be derived from what you type in here, but you can change it, of course. See, you can change it, but sometimes I keep it the same as, but it's auto generate, easy to check. So team type, you can click on what type of a team you are managing: IT, information technology, research, manufacturing. So this is like just for reference. So in here I can click on IT management. So in here again you can restrict this project to specific people that you specifically invite for your site. So this is a Jira site. This is my Jira site. So every Jira site has will be created for you when you create a Jira Service Management. So you can even in the site, so anyone who access to sites, you can either have anyone who has access to a site can access this project. So for that one you have to select open, or even people who have access to a site, you can restrict them not to have access to this project, and you have to specifically invite. I will show that part again later. So you can click on restrict in here. Okay, so if you have like lot of people, not to IT team, like lot of other teams also using the same Jira site, then I advise you to use the restrict mode. If you are like having only your team will be using this particular Jira site, click on the open method, because it will reduce the number of steps that you need to get started. So I will be going with the open one for the moment, but I will show you what you need to do if you click on restricted in here. So this is the template that we are using. So if you have already a project that you need to change, have the same settings. So let's say you have already a project that you have defined custom workflow or custom service request type and some customization for the customization settings, and you need those customization settings in this project as well. You can easily click on this ticket and choose the project that you want those settings to be replicated from. So since I do not have anything at the moment, I have a project but I don't need to restrict the copy those things at the moment, so I'm not going to keep this tick. And click on the show less, show more button, and you can see what type of project, like whether it's a team managed project or company managed. Company managed project is, there are two differences between these two. I will not go to in detail in this particular video. So but by default, Jira Service Management projects normally creating the company managed one, so you can't change it. So I'm going to go very deep. So the difference is like the settings, project settings, and how you can change some settings is the project going to be different based on the company managed and the team managed. Company managed have more flexibility, and team managed is more like restrictive and easy to manage if you have multiple teams and you need to give your teams to have their own authority on the projects. Okay, so I'm going to create this one. So once you create that, you can see you can select all the incident types, request types in here that you want to start with. So if I click on IT, I can see all my requests are there. So if I click on HR, I can see another set of questions, analytics. So if you want, you can click on select. Then you can click on add. So you can see it is added to project. So at the moment I don't need analytics, so I'm going to remove this one. I'm not going to onboard new employees. I'm not going to work with the Wi-Fi accounts. So I'm not going to give any mobile devices. So thing I don't need, I'm going to remove them. No VPN. Okay, admin access I can keep because sometimes I'll have to give admin access to some resources for some users. So change next title, I'll keep these ones. So you can, as you can see, so you can go to each section, and if you can see a specific one that you think you will be needing, you can add it here. So these are all the request types and the investigation issue request types and problems that you can easily add and start. So you can define these by yourself, but it will take time. But if you are going to, if you want to quickly start, you can click on them because these are general ones. So I also prefer clicking using the existing ones and changing it to what I need. Unless I need something from very scratch, I'm not going to design it from scratch because it will be taking time. So sometimes time is a matter. So I'm going to click on continue to project. Okay. So you can, as it gives you can edit request types again. So this is where you can edit the request type. I'll go back to that one by one. So back to projects. So just to avoid any confusions, I will be okay. So the projects, I got projects. So these are my project. I am going to Jira Service Management project. So there are two projects for me. So for the moment, I am going to delete my older projects so that you won't be getting any confusing. So this is the project that we just created, and this is the normal view. Okay. So in here you can see the incidents. If you have any incidents, if you have any problems, if you created a problem for yourself, or if a customer created a problem for you, so you can see in here. And the service request guys can see in here. And so earlier when we create the project, I showed you that there is a one restrictive and the one open, right? Okay. So let's duplicate this one, and I will go and show it again. Project, create a project. IT on this template. So in here the channel access open and restrict. If you click on restricted, you will have for each individual project, you have to, when you go inside the project, you can see there's a customer section. You have to add customers individually for here in order to give the customers access. Okay. If you click on open, you don't have to give it. By default, any customers that created for you will be getting access to this particular project. Any customers or users you have to add in here. So if you are going to add any agents, users, you have to click on add people section, If you are going to add customers, you have to click on customer section. So you have to manually give access to each project. If you click on restricted in there, this is where you can do that one. If you click on open, you don't have to manually do that one. Everything will be added for you, but the difference is you have more control. Yeah, if you are in a more secure environment, you can restrict and add manual people, but it's going to be a bit more work. Okay, so the request types, where I can find the request type which I created. So you can click on project settings, and if you go to request types, you can see all the service requests, the incidents, problems, changes, post incident reviews that you will be getting by default for you to work with the customer. So let's say I have a something called request new software, but I want to customize the what I'm going to have in this particular request. So I need to change the name. So I'm going to request new software. I'm going to type request new VM or request new container or anything you want. You can change any heading you want, and you can then the description you can edit this one. Click on this. Oh, sorry, you can click on this one, and you can see what are the things that you will be seeing in this one. So I will be doing this one in a little bit while. So I will be just discard this one back to the normal, and I will go back to request type. Then I will show you how to add the customer quickly. Okay, so the easiest method, so let's say now you have set up your project. Now you need to start working with your internal customers. Okay, so what you can basically do is like you can go to settings, and let's say this is a site you are not going to open to public, and this is a internal site that will be only using for your internal customers. So this is a security one that you should do. In my opinion, you can either do it or you can disregard this one. So you can go to settings, then products. When you go to settings and product, you will be directed to this particular page, and you can go to in Jira Service Management section, customer access. So always, since it's going to be internal one, and you can on easily like somewhat automate your customer onboarding access, you can restrict customers to your specified domains. So you can click on use approved domains, tick this one, and then not only portal customers, you can so I'm going to have internal customers for approved domains, not external like public ones. And then in the portal access, I have to create the accounts for themselves, or let them create an account. Okay, so you can go with either method. If you go with the don't allow customers to create their account, you have to create accounts for themselves. Okay, so since I can't, like with the amount of work I have, I don't want to go and individually create their own account, since they can create their own account by themselves. So in here the accounts means the Atlassian accounts. So you need to have your customer will have to have Atlassian account. It's of course free, nothing to pay. They just need to sign up. So since they can sign up by themselves, and I don't have time to create account for themselves, so I'm going to allow customers to create their own account based on a sign up URL or an email request. So I'm going to click this one, and I'm going to click on use approved domains, tick this one, and to save. Okay, then you can go to Jira Service Management. You can click on here and go to Jira Service Management, administrator. Sure. Once you go in here, you will be directing to which site that you need to select. So if you have multiple sites, it will be shown in here. I'm going to click on my the site which I'm going to use at the moment, and then and then I'm going to click on products. And so at the moment, since it's only me, I only have one particular, so I'm going to click on products, then Jira Service Management, my product, which I'm going to work on today. And as you can see, since it's still only me, I only have one licensed user. Okay. So these are the default groups that will be created when you create your Jira Service Management. So each particular group by default has a default product role. So Jira Service Management customers CLDs, so this is my site name, this is the customer group, will only have the customer role. This is very important. So all your users, so at the moment I have, since I was testing this one, I have multiple users in here. So this user is actually not there anymore, so I'm going to remove these ones. This is another user. I'm going to remove for the moment. So I'm going to go in here, Jira Service Management, manage product, and so this particular group is where your customer should be, because customer should only have the customer role. So as you can see, so user access admin, there are multiple roles by default: user agent, customer, user access admin, stakeholder. So at the start, for the users, I will go these purpose and what you can use roles later on one by one. So for the start, your users who will be working on IT related matter, will be satisfying IT requests or incidents, should be having the user agent role, and the people who will be raising the request or other general users who will be raising the request or raising the problems that will be not working on those issues but will be raising them, should have the customer. So all your people, all your employees who will be working on IT requests, will be satisfying, they should be in the group which is Jira Service Management users. All the employees that will be just raising the request or the incidents, should be on Jira Service Management customers group with this role. So don't change, these are default groups. If you want, you can create your own groups. For default groups, don't change these roles. So it's easy to manage when you don't change the default group. If you want to do a lot of customization, create a new group and create new attach new roles, or use the existing roles in new groups. Don't change the roles of the existing groups. Just keep them as it is, because it's easy for you to get started and manage. So as you can see, I only have one user, so I can have 3 users or 3 agents for Jira Service Management in the free tier. So at the moment I only have one user, so it's myself. So what you can do is, you can go to user access settings, and since I need to have I click on earlier in the product settings, you guys can remember, I clicked on the approved domains, and then I clicked on allow themselves to create their own account. So I need to give approved domains. So in the Jira administration products page, and if you go to user access, go to again, if I go to here Jira administration, then in here products, and then user access settings, in here you can add domain, so pre-approved domains. So when the users start the sign up process, they will be pre-approved based on their domain. So since my employees, since the employees like people in now where I work, and they are going to have their own domain, let's say abcd.com, and they should not be using their personal emails to create their Atlassian accounts for working in the office. So, and they should be using their own office email. So I'm going to restrict access to my site based on the domain. So first of all, I'm going to go to any domain one, click on domain one and edit access, and I'm going to click on no roles and confirm settings. So anyone who use Gmail or anything, they won't be getting any access to my site by default. They can request access, but they won't be getting any access by default. So I'm going to first of all make sure that one. Then what you can do is like you can add a new domain. So for me, I'm going to have a new temp. I'm going to have temporary email created for users. So I'm going to say sorry. So this is my S rank is my company domain. Let's for the time moment, let's assume that one. So this is my one of users, one of my employees emails. So I'm going to just copy that one and go back to my Jira settings. Then use as settings, and here I'm going to paste that email, and I'm going to remove this part and only keep the domain. And here, since these I'm going to get customers onboarded quickly, not users, I'm going to for Jira Service Management default role, I'm going to click on customers. Okay, srank.com is my employee domain, my official domain, where my customers going to be come from, and they need to use this particular domain based email address to sign up, and I'm going to give them customer access when they sign up, and I'm going to have notify me when there's a new join or new product request access and add domain. So this is important. Okay, you have to, if you only do this one, your customers will be able to directly join your site and start using. Otherwise you will be getting requests for one by one to approve. So you can reduce that one. If you want to manage that one, you can, like, let's say you want to approve each and every request personally, you don't have to keep this one. In order to remove this one, what you can do is like you can just no delete button in here. So either you can click on edit access and clip it as no remove domain, or clip no role, or you can click on this remove domain button, so it will be removed. Or if you want to go back to base like general settings that was there when the site comes in, you can click on reset user access. So I'm going to I want to pre-approve the domain based access, so I'm going to click this one. And then the next important one is, don't you to go to this invitation links in here. So you have it, you can manage user invite and who can invite. So into Jira Service Management, who can invite, whether admins need to be invited or other people can invite, you can manage them. So I won't go into detail much. So you don't need to do any settings. Keep this general best practice settings as it is. The invitation links, so this invitation link, don't use this one. You can use this one if you need to give access to an agent or an IT engineer to sign up quickly, not to people who will be working as customers or people who will be just raising the request, not working there. So this invitation link is for the people who will be working on the request, or the IT engineers who will be satisfying those requests or doing the investigation. So since in this case what I need is to get the access for the customers or the people in my team who will be raising the request to me, don't use this one. Go to the product URL section. Here you will be able to see the default URLs generated by Atlassian for based on your site name. So what I need is this one, IT Service Management Help Center. So this is the URL which I need. So copy this one and you can have this link published in your your collaboration, maybe Teams, Slack, or if you have a general website, a Confluence site or SharePoint site that is accessible for all the users, or any method that you can share this link as a whole with the entire team, internal team, so they can quickly use this link. Place this link in a place like that, so they don't have to tell, okay, I need to raise a request or give me access site, your Jira site. You don't have to share this by one by them asking your link again and again. So you can paste this or publish this link in a site or a place where accessible to everyone. So let's say you have an internal website or internal SharePoint site, or maybe if you are using Confluence, internal Confluence site which is accessible to all of your employees, you can have this link published. Okay, if you want to raise an IT request or raise an incident or problem, go to this particular link. So what they have to do is that they have to copy this link in their browser. Just have to, let me go back. Okay, go to their own browser and paste that link. Once they paste that link and press enter, they will be redirected to this particular login page. So now they have to log in by using their company email, because now since you have given access to their company email, if they use any other email, they can't directly access your site. You will be getting a notification request to allow the access. So first of all, I will go with the company email method, then I'll show you the if what will happen if they use any other domain. So don't encourage them to use any other domain, always encourage them to use your company email, because this is company related work. So my user Pixel. So I'm now working as a user, so I'll be using my company email in here. I don't have a Atlassian account at the moment, so I'm just going to give my company email here and click on next. So says you have to sign up, because I don't have an Atlassian account at the moment. So first I need to complete the sign up. Continue, sign up, continue. Okay, sign up again, sign up, and then we'll be getting an email confirmation code in here just to check whether you are a human. So 645860. 645860. And you can give your name, so your name can be the same thing. You can give any name, so okay, it will be like this, and password. Okay. Either your user can subscribe to the products event information or not, doesn't matter. Continue. Once you click on continue, so now your Atlassian account is created, you will be redirecting to this particular page. So this is where they are going to access your site. So as you can see, CLD Life is my site name, has approved your email domain at testrank.com, so you can join right away. See, this is because in earlier one, as you guys can remember, I go back. In the user access settings page, okay. In the user access settings page, I have the user access settings page, I have already given access, configured access, pre-approved domain for this particular domain, right? My employee domain, and I given if I go here, Jira Service Management custom access have been already given. I have to already approve this particular domain. So any request that comes with an email with this particular domain, I don't have to individually approve. That's why when they sign up, they got this particular message showing, okay, my site, this site they are going to join has pre-approved this particular domain as run.com, so I can join right away. So I can click on the customer, can click on okay, let's go. Okay, now I am signed in. So this is the customer help center that your all the customers who will be raising your requests or incidents or problems will be seeing. So as you guys can see, this is different from the earlier view that we saw, right? Earlier view that we worked on is the user view, agent view, who can create project, change request types, everything. This is where you can, this is where your people in your employees who will be raising the request, the customers will be seeing. So let's say your customer need to press new request. What they can do is like they have 4 sections in here. So let's say they want to press new server request, click on this one. Then they can either request a change, request a broken hard, report a broken hardware. So you can so these are the default ones, so you can manage them as you want. So common request, so I need to request like new request account, or you can go in here and click on computers, request new software. So based on the settings that you do in the project, what are the categories, what are the request types, which request types are in which categories. So these are the categories, so you can define these categories the way you want and assign each request type to each particular category. So, and they will be seeing in here. So let's say I want a new application, I need the new software. Earlier I showed you the new software request, right? So you can click on this one and they can, I will request one. New request, so I can attach them and I can send. Once I send it, so he'll be seeing this particular so this is the one. Once he requests, the customer will be seeing this one. So customers can view all their requests by click on this one and click on the request. So these are the all requests that is raised by each customer for themselves. So they can go into their request by here and they can see the status, waiting for support, whether they need to escalate, whether they need to request, can resolve this issue if their issue is already done, cancel this one, or request another, go to another request type, and the information they have provided, any comments that they provide and that we provide. So now they have raised a request. Let's see how your agent will see this one. So in the agent's view, for the agent, as you guys can see, so there is an internal management project, right? So that's the one we have given access to them. And in here, sorry, I need to refresh this one. In the Jira Service Management, you have to go to here and go to Jira Service Management. Once you go in here, you can see the projects. In the projects, you can go to inside the project, and you can either in the queue section itself you will be seeing the one, or if you go to service request, you can see an open request, you can see the same request in here. So you can assign it to yourself and you can click on the either key or the summary, doesn't matter. So summary is going to be the one they have given in the description box. Okay, now this is where you will be working. See, you have the SLS, you can have the SLS defined, like lot of things in here. So this is the view you will be working on, your customer, or your IT engineer will be working on. So when we work, so still waiting for support for me, so I can, since I'm going to start working, I can click on in progress. When I click on in progress, I need to give a comment. So either I can have that comment internal for our team to only, or I can click on respond to the customer. So I can click on hi customer, started working the project, and click on in progress. Now the ticket will be changed to in progress state, and there is a customer specific, click on the customer section and give the note. So this note will be shown to the customer. So when you add notes to customer or not to your ticket when you are working, notes are really important. So you can either add the internal note. Internal notes are only shown to your users or the agents working in. It won't be shown to the customers. Only the reply to the customer ones will be shown both to your agents working on the ticket itself and for the customer. So this particular note, if you go back, you guys can see, if you refresh this one, see, hi customer started working on project, because when I put that note, I click on the reply to the customer section and put it. So if I go back to my earlier one, my agent view, so this is my agent view, and if I click on that add internal note and test 1 2 3, this is an internal note. See, internal note is shown in a different color in a locked manner. So these are internal note, these are customer notes. So this internal note you won't be seeing, your customer will not be seeing this one. So let's go back. See, in here, if I refresh the customer, if you refresh, he can't see that test 1 2 3, not really, because it's an internal now, and you can see, so this is working in progress. So this is how you call a customer, and you will be working on this is a customer's interface, so the people will be raising the request, and the other one will be your IT engineer's view. So how you can confirm that this customer is not costing you, this is not a general user and you will be not be costing. So let's check that one. Let's go back to your agent's view. Okay, and in here, if you go to the administration again, okay, so section, click on this button, and if you, I'll go from beginning so you can remember administration, and click on your site and go to products. In the product, go to Jira Service Management, manage project, and still you can see there's only one licensed user. See, so you will be costing based on this licensed user. So there's only one licensed user and your plan is still free. So where's that user, that customer just onboarded, right? So he'll be on this Jira Service Management customer CLB group. See, the user with the customer just onboarded is automatically added to this particular group by default. So all your customers should be in this particular group only. Okay, should not be go to any other group. If you go to any other group, it will be, if that particular user goes to this particular group, he will be start costing. So in this particular group, I only have myself, see, and that is the user is costing for you one license. All the group users, all the users or the customers that will be added to this particular group are customers. So if I, let's say, if I go to directory and users, I have total 5 users, 2 active users. So I'm going to have another total 5 users, and I'm going to activate another one of my test users. Okay, so I have altogether 3 users, active users at the moment. So if I click on this particular user, I can only see that user is given to the Jira Service Management, the customer role, by using this particular group, right? Okay, so if I go back and if I click on this user, so I don't have any product access. So I'm going to add this user to a group. So I can add the user using this one, or easiest method is I can go to products, manage product, and in here if I add a user to this particular group, existing user or new user, I'm going to add group members. I'm going to add the activate user and another user, 2 users which I had add users. Okay, and if I go back again, still only one user. As you can see, customers, I have 4 members, but only one licensed user. See, but if I add any of those users to any of these other groups, let's say go here. So now this is normal Jira users. So normal Jira users are the people who will be working on your Jira, like on your Jira project or request or IT, managing all the Jira components. If I add any users to here, so I'm going to add one user in here and refresh one. So I have that user. So that particular user now having the agent access. Okay, because it's Jira agent access, I'm going to give him. And if I go back to products and then if I click on manage product, there are 2 users and the licensing cost going to be 2. Will take few seconds to refresh. See, 2 licensed users, 2. Took some time to refresh it in the portal, a few like 30 seconds. That's because I have 2 users in this particular group. If I have any users in these groups apart from the customer group, they will be costing. So all your people who will be not working on the projects, or doing any changes to the projects, working on the request, should be only in this particular group only. So any number of groups, doesn't matter, if he's in this particular group only, you won't be costing. So time to time, it's a good thing to check the users and which groups that they are assigned on. So I'm going to remove the unnecessary user that which I added to agents group. So still 2 users will take around 30 seconds to reflect. So I hope till it gets reflected. So I hope you got the idea that you can use Jira Service Management free, and where you can see whether it's actually free or not, to confirm it that you are not getting cost. Sorry. So this is how you guys can start working on that one, on this one. So in the next video I will show you some additional configurations that you can see, how to change the request types, how to change add some forms for you to in order to increase the productivity of working with the customers. So this is all for this particular video. I hope you guys found this valuable. Thank you. So I see turn back to one license user before we sign up. So have a nice day. See you in the next video.